Lovely ball from Sheru. Lovett's first time in towards Mobabuli. Now it's Altidore. Couldn't get the shot away. Altidore down. Free kick given by the referee against Toronto FC.
Gareth Wheeler and Terry Dunfield with you after 90 minutes. It's a 1-1 draw here at BMO Field between Toronto FC and the Philadelphia Union. A much better second half from Toronto FC. More on that in a moment. But what everyone will be talking about was what happened in time added on. Josie Altidore looked as though he was taken down inside the area. No penalty given. In your opinion, Terry, should one have been given?
100% stonewall penalty for me. I think Josie Altidore, he beat CJ Sapong to the ball, gets in front of him. CJ Sapong goes to ground, goes through the back of Altidore. It's a clear foul. I'll tell you the reason why it wasn't given. I think the referee thought as Altidore comes across CJ Sapong, he just catches him a little bit. But for me, 100% penalty.
It's harsh, Terry, because the team played so much better in the second 45.
They were fantastic, and there was a little bit of momentum building, especially in that last 5-10 minutes. Just before that, Altidore hits the post. He catches a volley perfectly.
It was an emotional ending, and what needs to be taken into consideration, this was the same referee involved in Benoit Cherou's sending off in Colorado, as well as a late penalty given to Orlando down in Florida, which cost Toronto FC points earlier this season as well. Let's hear from Josie Altidore.
I just try to get to the ball first to turn and shoot. I don't know. Sometimes, in our league, we have some different calls that maybe sometimes you don't agree with.
Other than the penalty shout, Terry, the conversation post-match was about the slow start for Toronto FC. What did you see, or more so, what didn't you see from TFC out of the gate?
For me, it was a surprising sluggish start. All week in training, they'd been at it. There was a freshness to the squad. A couple of new faces came into it. I thought they were going to be flying, but for me, they played a little bit too deep. In possession, they were negative. There was one or too many sideways passes, backwards passes. They almost sucked the Union onto them. And also for me, I thought they forced things through the middle of the park a little bit where the Union were strong. They paid TFC the respect that they deserve, being top of the league with an extra defensive-minded midfielder.
Tempo was much better. TFC dominant in the second 45, and the goal came courtesy of Justin Morrow, his fourth goal of the season. That's third best on Toronto FC. But Jonathan Osorio creating the goal, looking like a young Terry Dunfield putting on his dancing shoes.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but on the goal, it was sort of reminiscent of the tempo and TFC playing higher up the pitch. Michael Bradley, he played 10 yards higher up, and it comes from quicker ball movement. Hagelin plays it out wide to Morrow. Morrow takes one touch, goes into Osorio. Osorio comes inside, dances past a couple of players, waits for the timing of the run. Morrow comes on the overlap, and it's a fantastic finish from him.
Great to see goalkeeper Clint Irwin back out there. First team appearance in 12 weeks, made some big saves, was just beaten by a wonder goal by Bedoya.
Yeah, a real inventive goal. One of the best goals I've seen at BMO this year. Fantastic chip. I don't think there's much he could have done about that, but just before halftime, he makes a huge save to keep it at 1-0, and in the second half, he makes another massive save.
The other news, Sebastian Giovinco took to Instagram before the match saying he's back in Italy, trying to recover from his injury, which he claims is more severe than he thought, but he is still expected back at training on Monday. Here's Greg Vanny on that.
At this point, I'm pretty sure that we all agree with each other that it doesn't make sense to risk him for what we have in front of us. Important matches are in the weeks ahead, not necessarily today, not necessarily Wednesday, so we want to make sure he's ready to go.
Busy week ahead for Toronto FC, a midweek weekend fixture starting off with Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. right here at BMO Field as Toronto FC take on Orlando City.